Alright guys, it's nighttime and I was driving and then my radiator just started, I noticed that I was overheating. Then I smelled radiator fluid and then I saw smoke and then I was like, alright, that's something with my radiator. I looked at it, this hose right here, it came off of my radiator. I just clamped it back on. I'm still on the side of the road, but yeah, I just did that. And luckily I have like a 30-pack case of water with me in the Jeep at all times, so I just use that. So yeah, and here's just water right now. It's terrible, but let me put this cap back on and I'm going to, well, I'm not going to put it back on. I'm going to turn on the car and I'm going to try and burp it. But yeah, everything's gone. I'll show you how the water looks. It's pretty terrible. Look, that's all the water that I used to fill up the radiator. Like, thank God, what the fuck? Like, if I did not have this, what would I do? I honestly don't know, but thank God I have this, because that's saving my life right now and saving the Jeep from overheating. At least it'll give it some time before I have to change the stuff. Like, I'm obviously going to have to change the coolant. But yeah, that's just very unfortunate and I'm pretty pissed about that. But yeah, I'm just gonna burp it right now. Let's check the engine temp. I have it right there. So it's at 185 right now. It's supposed to be at it's supposed to be at 210. That's the peak performance. You can see it right here too. So I'm just gonna wait and see, what happens. But I'm not sure why, but the hose, it just popped out. That hose right there. So I mean, I inspected the hose before, everything's fine. I'm assuming the clamp's not tight enough anymore, so I'm going to have to buy a new clamp and change that out. But yeah, like I said, I just recently changed this out, remember? So this is totally fine. It's holding everything in. Alright, so I'm in the Jeep right now and it seems like everything is working with the water. It went up to 210 and it's going down a little bit right now still. You can see it right there, but this is a more accurate thing. And I do see the smoke evaporating. It's hard to see through the camera, but the smoke's evaporating from the coolant. That's a bitch, but I think I should be good now. Yeah. It's running pretty cool. Oh, no, it's going back up. So, yeah, I'm going to have to change the coolant. I guess that's on the to-do list. It's just more work to do, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Yo, what's up guys? Today we're going to be changing the upper radiator hose and the lower radiator hose with a new one, because as you saw before, my upper radiator hose blew off when I was driving, so that's not safe. Therefore, I have to change it. This video is not sponsored by NOS. It just happened to be there in this perfect location. It was actually my first time drinking NOS. It's not bad. But yeah, no, not sponsored. I'm too small to be sponsored anyways. Anyways, there's the box inside of there. And let's just start opening it up. So just open up the box. Here it is. I bought some more radiator fluid. This is this radiator fluid for my Jeep. Same thing over there. I just bought more because, I mean, when I was driving, it just exploded. So I'm assuming it needs some more. But yeah, hoses right here. Just went on Amazon, got some gate hoses. Make sure your engine has been idle for a while. You don't want to do it while it's hot or too crazy hot. So I'm just gonna let it sit here. Alright, so once everything has cooled down with your engine, you're going to want to take off the radiator cap and just open it like this. And then you're going to open up the bottom of your radiator, which is right there. This one right here, just unscrew this and let the fluid drain from the radiator. If you can't do that, then the best other thing you could do is just take off the lower radiator hose and let it drain from there. But I'm just going to do it this way first. So So I just unscrewed that right there and it's draining. You want to unscrew it slowly, but you see it's coming. It's coming. But yeah, just let it drain. Let us do its thing. And once you're done draining this, remember to close this, and then we're gonna go tackle that one over there. Alright, cool. So I just drained the whole radiator, so it is empty. I am aware that there is more antifreeze in the engine. However, I'm not going to be taking everything out because who has time for that? I don't have time for that. I'm a busy man. So I'm just going to be replacing the radiator hoses like I said. So it doesn't really matter if you do the top or the lower one first. I don't think so, at least. So I'm just going to do the top one. I'll be unscrewing this, and then I'll just be getting a clamp and taking this off. Alright, so I just took it off, and it looks absolutely disgusting from like right here. Pretty nasty stuff. This is fine because the radiator is just plastic. Well, the top part is. The other part's aluminum. But here's the hose. Here's how that looks. But if you look closely inside of this, it's pretty dirty inside. And if it's that dirty inside, I'm assuming, you know, it might be dirty in the radiator. Hopefully not, but probably. And the lower radiator hose probably looks exactly the same way. But as you can see, I definitely need to change this. And here's the new one. Bam. Right here. So I'm just going to be taking the little sticker off and then putting it on. Or I could just put it on then take a sticker off. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, just put it on the same way. And then screw it down so it goes something like that. Bam. Legos. Just put it in. Clamp it. Bam. You got yourself a working radiator hose. Upper radiator hose at least. Alright, so I just took out the lower radiator hose, and here's how it looks. And here's the new one. Do you guys see the problem? Try to find the problem. This is actually so much longer. So it does not fit properly. Therefore, I'm going to have to cut this around right here. And how I'm going to do that is, I mean, I have that, but that didn't really work well. I have this, and I have a torch. So, it's gonna heat this up, and then I'm gonna cut that. Alright, so surprisingly enough, it did work. It cut like butter once I just torched this up and cut this. It was pretty cool. And now, I'm just going to torch like right here just to smooth it out. There's little fibers sticking out from the hose. So the old radiator hose in here, it had this spring. I just took it out, and I believe the only purpose for this spring is just to hold the structure of this tube throughout its life. And you know, the new one doesn't even have that. So I'm thinking about just cleaning this up and then putting it in here, you know, because why not? Yeah, so I'm just gonna do exactly that. Alright guys, as you could tell, it's been a couple minutes or maybe 1 hour because it's a little darker. So the lower radiator hose was a bitch to put on, mostly to the water pump, I believe. But yeah, no, connecting that to the water pump, it's such a weird angle underneath the Jeep that, I don't know, it just really frustrated me, and it took me a while, but it's really self-explanatory. I shouldn't really need to show you how to do it. But if you didn't know where the lower radiator hose was, it's that right there. So literally, this one's easy to take off. It's just up there is a little difficult to take off. So yeah, that took me a while. Other than that, everything fits perfectly. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add radiator fluid in here, fill it up all the way to the top, burp the system by squeezing this a little bit. Okay guys, everything is all done. All you want to do is turn on your car, let it burp, squeeze it, help it burp. Check your temperature levels. I can check it right there on the screen. So it's around 206, which is good. So it fluctuates around 206, 210. 210's the operating temperature. It's good, everything's working. I don't see any leaks so far. That means I did it correctly. No leaks under here either. And with that, that's the video. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. And thanks for watching. Peace.